Attention. This is the post-apocalyptic broadcasting service. It has been 482 days and nights since the event. Food rations are suspiciously high. The authorities are investigating this anomaly. There will be no supplies delivered this week. Your 7-day outlook is moderate to heavy radiation storms. You are reminded to stay inside in small groups. If you venture outside, you risk contamination. It is now time for your scheduled entertainment broadcast.
Good morning, beautiful people of the post-apocalypse. Hello and welcome. This is Morgan and Dom's Doomsday broadcast, back after a week away. I hope that our absence wasn't too damaging to you, so we're going to try and get back into the swing of things, or at least we intended to get back into the swing of things as smoothly as possible. But you might have noticed already that there's only been one voice, which is not usual for this show. It's called the Morgan and Dom Show for a reason. I'm Dom, but Morgan isn't here, and I'll get to why that is in just a minute. But first, I'd like to tell you a quick behind-the-scenes story about this show. See, we've done this show for a while now, and it tends to go one of two ways. Either we will be extremely well organised and have the show planned down to pretty much the second, and then there are the days like today where we've been away for a week, and frankly, we probably should have planned a show, but instead decided, no, we'll just get in the studio and wing it. And to be fair, that has worked quite well for us in the past. Unfortunately, Morgan is running late, and my ability to make things up on the spot by myself is severely limited. So we're going to see exactly how well this goes. But in the meantime, let me try and just waste a little bit of time by promoting some stuff. There's, of course, morgananddom.com, where you can listen to perhaps some of our more successful episodes, the ones where both of us are here, and there's all of the 3SSR stuff there on Twitter and Facebook as 3SSR. So I think we're going to kick off today. If I can, the other part of this is Morgan is normally the one that actually runs the whole studio. So this is the first time I've been behind the actual board in a while, so we'll see exactly how well this goes. But I'm going to play a little bit of a song and hope that Morgan arrives. But in the meantime, if you'd like to audition to be the next Morgan, the only requirements are that you don't be late to the show, and that you call in on 92148956, and you can audition to be the next Morgan, because frankly, I've got nothing else at this point. You're listening to Morgan and Dom.
You're listening to Morgan and Dom's Doomsday broadcast. morgananddom.com.
My goodness, this is very, very difficult. I have a huge amount of respect for the people who come in here every week and present an entire show by themselves. I have no idea how you guys manage to do it. Well, to be fair, you probably have a plan. But I absolutely don't. And this is not going to go well. Look, the whole point of this show, I suppose, is that Morgan and I talk about things and have differing opinions, and we play games, but Morgan's not here, so I can't do any of those things. I can't even revive an old topic because we've got nothing. Everything that we do here requires two people, and we haven't planned a contingency, which I think we might be doing from now on. If this goes on for any longer, I think I'm just going to call him up. Look, though, I'm looking at the stats here, though, and it does seem like there are a small number of people there. So let's try and do some audience participation. We haven't had much success with this in the past, but if you are listening to this live right now, there aren't many of you, so you have an obligation to this show to send us a tweet at Morgan and Dom and just interact, because frankly, if we get nothing, then I'm just going to be playing songs for the next half hour until Morgan shows up. And for a comedy show, that's probably not the best plan. I'm currently going through my Spotify playlist at the moment here to try and find the longest song possible. But yeah, look, we can talk about anything over Twitter. I can tweet, or you can call. There's all sorts of things. We'll turn this into a talk show maybe. Just go to the 3SSR website, go to morgananddom.com. All of the contact details are there in order to sort of get in touch with the show. Or if you're listening to this and you are in the 3SSR offices, come and open the door, jump into the studio, and we'll have a chat, because we normally plan these things for 2 people. That's basically all I've got at this point. Look, I think we'll go to a song. I'm trying to work out how Spotify works while I'm trying to think of things to say. Look, we'll go to a show. We'll go to a song. We'll come back maybe with a little bit of news. I'll pull some things up from Reddit. We'll get through this together. Don't worry. And we might have a semi-decent show for you in just a little bit. This is Morgan and Dom, but just Dom.
You're listening to Morgan and Dom's Doomsday Broadcast. Subscribe to the show on iTunes, morgananddom.com.
So I think I'm just going to talk about something that that I find interesting, that you guys probably won't, because this is not really a show about the internet or technology or anything like that. But I want to have a little bit of a chat about YouTube, and this is something I would want to talk to Morgan about. So maybe he'll be able to phone in and give us his thoughts. But the news has broken that YouTube, the online video platform, frankly, if you don't know what a YouTube is at this point, then you should. I don't even know. But the thing is, YouTube has long made its money through advertising. It places ads on videos, and it does share a percentage, 55% in fact, of that revenue with the people who upload videos with their YouTube partners. But the thing is, YouTube has for years now not made any money. They made $4 billion last year, but none of that was profit. They barely broke even. So what they're trying now is a subscription service. That is the word, is that YouTube will be coming out with a subscription service. The Verge reckons it's going to cost around about $10 a month. And if you sign up for that, then you don't get any ads on YouTube. Because what's the one thing people hate about YouTube? Ads. And so the idea is you pay your money and you watch YouTube without ads. And then the people who make the videos, they receive a percentage of those ad sales. And this is an interesting thing to me, but also quite a concerning thing to me, because it marks a huge change in the way that YouTube works. There's long been a belief in the YouTube community that YouTube doesn't exactly have its users' sort of best interests at heart. And there was recently a whole big story about a musician who'd been offered a pretty terrible contract to sign up with YouTube and to publish all of her music there. And if she didn't sign the contract, then she'd just get blocked completely. And this, I think, might be just another move from YouTube in order to, gain revenue at the expense of its creators. Because as far as I know, none of the YouTube community were ever really consulted about this. And I know it's only a minor change, but it seems quite interesting. I've got a telephone call coming in. I'm going to try and put that straight live to air. Let me find this. Hello?
Hello?
Oh my goodness. Thank goodness. Hi.
Hi, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Yeah, exactly. My goodness. How are you? Where are you?
On the train.
How have you managed to leave me hanging like this? I've got no rundown. I've got absolutely nothing, and I'm sitting here talking about YouTube.
There's a rundown. I wrote it. It's all good.
Did you write a rundown?
Yeah, it's brief, but it's there.
You were kidding.
But most of it is me orientated, so...
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Genuinely, how long until you are here?
I'm on an express, about to get to Camberwell, and then it's Glen Ferry. So maybe like
so you'll be here with him. What do you think about this YouTube thing?
Is it a subscription service?
Yeah, basically you pay $10 a month and then there's no ads on YouTube.
Nah. I'm cool with ads.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, people... Because you get the same content.
Yeah,
Don't you?
It's just the ads are a minor inconvenience.
And, I mean, if it's between paying $10 a month or just using ad block, I think a lot of people are going to go with ad block.
Are you allowed to promote ad blockers on the show, Dominic?
Well, I don't. I'm personally, I am against ad blockers because I mean, anything. It's basically piracy. You know, you're getting content without paying for it.
Are you against piracy?
I am to a certain degree. Yes.
Have you watched the leaked episodes of Game of Thrones yet?
I have not. No. But to be fair, I haven't watched any episodes of Game of Thrones. Oh, there you are. You're at Camberwell.
Yes, I am. Can you hear that?
I can hear that. I can hear that very loudly in the background.
You are updated on my progress. I'm at Camberwell.
Very, very good. Yeah, and I think what my thing with this YouTube thing is, if you want to support your people that are on YouTube. I mean, popular YouTubers, CGP Grey, for instance, has stopped putting ads on his videos and instead is asking people to donate directly through a website called Patreon.
Yeah.
And I genuinely think that's a far better idea.
Who was it again, sorry? Which popular YouTuber?
CGP Grey.
Never heard of them.
He makes a whole bunch of sort of educational / just informational stuff. They're really, really fantastic. And you should go and check them out after you've checked out morgananddom.com. Because, I mean, we're in on this too, right? We're on YouTube.
Yes, we are. Well, I think we are.
We don't run ads on YouTube, but we might look into that.
We've got a podcast as well, right?
We have a podcast as well. We do. At morgananddom.com. It's all on iTunes. Look, I'm going to play a song and hope that you get here before it ends, so that the clock...
I'm just leaving Camberwell, so it might be a possibility.
The clock is on. I'm not entirely sure. I'm just going to hit shuffle on the Spotify playlist because I've got no idea what's going on.
Okay.
And Morgan, you will hopefully be here for the second half of the show, and we might be able to save this.
I think we already have, but yeah, let's do it.
You're listening to Morgan and Dom.
You're listening to Morgan and Dom's Doomsday broadcast. Subscribe to the show on iTunes, morgananddom.com.
So it apparently takes more than 3 minutes and 49 seconds for Morgan to get to the studio from the train station. But that's okay because we might be able to stall for just a couple of seconds because Morgan told me off air that Spotify has, quite unfortunately just then, picked the exact song that he wanted to play after Morgan's Real Talk. And I'm going to play that intro and see how far I can stumble through this segment with absolutely no knowledge of what Morgan wants to talk about. Basically, Morgan, if you are still listening, get here quickly because I'm just about to butcher Real Talk.
Morgan's Real Talk.
So the song you just heard, See You Again, was from the original motion picture soundtrack of Fast and Furious 7, or just Furious 7, as it says. I think this is Fast and Furious. Looks similar. And I'm done. That's all I've got. Morgan, get here quickly. I don't know what's keeping you up. I got nothing. I'm going to have to go to another song. This isn't good. Okay, we'll just do some promo. If you'd like to hear what this show normally sounds like, you can head to morgananddom.com and subscribe to the podcast. Then you'll get the show delivered to your device every single week. It's on iTunes. You can also subscribe on Android or Windows Phone if you have the correct things. I hear a door opening. Please, 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 please be Morgan. Hello? Come on in. Oh, you're kidding. It's Morgan. The door is locked. Hang on a minute. This is great radio, Morgan. Come on in.
This is live, that's what this is.
Oh, how's that for for live entertainment. Take a seat. My goodness, save me from this segment. Yep.
Hello, Dominic.
Hi, Morgan. Tell me about Furious 7.
Oh, you read the thing?
It's the no, I can't find the rundown. It's on the Spotify thing.
Well, yes. I was meant to use that song for Real Talk and bring it back. Furious 7. I went and saw it last week. Very sad movie. Very, very sad movie.
What? So
No, it's actually it's not sad until the end. It's actually very uplifting until the end.
Mm-hmm. So I have never listened to watched rather one of these films.
You've never watched a Fast and Furious?
No, I haven't. So
I'll have to lend all. They're on mine are on loan at the moment, but I'll have to give them to you.
Okay, you'll have to explain it to me because I got no clue.
All right, so let's walk through the movies.
Yep.
Number 1, Paul Walker, aka Brian, is undercover trying to infiltrate Vin Diesel's crew.
Yep.
And then in the end, he lets Vin Diesel go away. Spoilers. This is a spoiler segment. It's been out for ages.
Okay, yes. No, I think you're free to spoil it.
And then he becomes a fugitive himself. Second movie, the police catch up to him and use him and a friend to infiltrate a drug smuggling ring.
Right.
Yep. Number 3, completely irrelevant until now, until number 7. It's about this kid from America who is shipped off to Tokyo to live with his father. And learns how to drift. To Tokyo Drift, to be exact.
Yep. Was that the subtitle of that film?
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
And then
I'm familiar with that.
And then it becomes more relevant.
Yes.
With number 4. And Brian is investigating the death of Letty and more drug smuggling, I believe. Yep. Number 5. They all go to Rio to pull off a heist after, of course, rescuing Vin from being captured. Number 6.
Yes.
They are hired by The Rock, who becomes relevant in number 5.
Yep.
To catch a thief using motorized stuff. Number 6. The thief from the number 6 is now paralyzed. His brother is getting revenge. That's number 7. Yeah.
Right.
Number 7, of course, incredibly sad because of the death of Paul Walker.
Of course, yes.
But it was tastefully done. There was a couple of moments where it's like, that's a bit of CG, but it was tastefully done. And the ending almost made... I teared up. I'm gonna be honest.
Did you?
Yeah,
How many
I teared
times
up.
have you seen it? Because you have a penchant for watching films that you've enjoyed.
It only came out
multiple
last
times.
week. I've only seen it once so far.
I'm disappointed.
I would like to see it again. But I've seen all the other movies multiple times, and I'm currently showing someone all the movies.
You'll have to show me them all too, because I've never actually watched them. I've wanted to, but I've never actually seen them.
They're good. They're very good. Well, the number 1 is, you look back and it's quite dated, but it's
Are they on Netflix?
still good. I do not know
Check
that
and see if
actually.
they're on Netflix.
I'll tell you what is on Netflix that came out this week.
Yes, go.
Or that everyone's watching now. Daredevil.
Is it
Marvel's
good?
Daredevil. It is good. I've watched the first 3
I'm only
episodes,
aware of this because Netflix has stopped promoting The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt to me and
which
has started
I
promoting
need.
Daredevil.
Have you watched Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt?
No, I haven't. Is
I
it good?
started an episode today. Like, I didn't watch it. I just watched the Netflix thing so that when it comes up, it's like, you are watching this, and I
okay,
can
yeah.
just start it when I get home.
So is it? Is it supposed to be good?
I've just heard everyone say it's amazing. So
Oh, well, I guess I'll have to watch it then.
yeah. So
But Daredevil, I've heard, is supposed to be great.
Daredevil is very good.
Because wasn't there a Daredevil movie?
Yes,
That was-
with Ben Affleck. Batfleck.
Was it pretty terrible?
I've never seen it. It's before my time.
I think it was pretty
Before I
terrible.
got into that
I think
sort
I
of
have
movies,
seen
and
it and it
I've
was
heard
pretty
it's
terrible.
Pretty bad. So
Yeah.
it's not really my thing. Do you want to go to a song? Let me catch my breath and plan the next segment.
Yeah, I'm just going to... Well, I've already played the song that you wanted to play now from Furious 7.
Yes, which is a very sad song.
Is it Furious 7 or Fast and Furious 7?
The album says Furious 7, but it's Fast and Furious 7, whichever one you want to call it.
Well, that's
really.
not... You can't just... No, fair enough. They did that with Raiders and Indiana Jones.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just going to hit shuffle then.
Yep. Shuffle. Hopefully it works better than. Yeah.
Better than last time.
Yeah.
You're listening to Morgan and Dom's Doomsday Broadcast. morgananddom.com.
Okay.
Oh, is that a phone call?
Oh gosh, we're getting a phone call.
We're
Should I
getting-
put it just straight
yeah,
live
yeah.
to
Put
air?
it straight to live to air.
Hello, person on the phone.
Sorry, what was that?
Hello.
Hi, can
How
you
are
hear me?
you? Yes, I can.
Yes,
How are you?
Everyone
Sorry
can hear
about
you.
that.
Who are
Are
you?
you there?
Yes, hi.
Sorry. Am I in the right spot? I'm just after 3SSR, Swinburne Student Radio.
Yes,
Yes.
you are. Hi, you're live on air though, so I'm not
Yeah.
sure if that's what you intended.
No, I'm not. I'm just after somebody, like the editor, like a...
I'll tell you what. We'll get them on to you. Let me just put you on hold for just
Yeah.
1 second.
Thanks. Sorry, everyone.
All right,
All
that's
right,
fun.
So, yeah. Person accidentally calling.
Yes.
Um.
I might take care of that. Do you want to introduce the next segment?
All right. Yeah. All right. So I've created a segment it's a news segment because I've always wanted to do a news segment, but I thought, how can we do it in our comedic own little way? So this segment is called News with a question mark, so like news, and it's basically there's fluff pieces out there, which for those of you who don't know, pieces that are just designed to be small and not really. They're odd. They're odd in some way, shape, or form. So I've got a couple of news stories that I trolled the internet for. And Dom and I, when he gets back, we're going to discuss whether they are considered newsworthy or actual news. So while Dom is gone, I'm going to read the first one to you guys. This one is from theheraldsun.com.au. The title is Pooches Getting Pampered at Dog Day Spas. Dominic's giving me weird looks. I'm going to read the article. It's not a very long one. Most of these aren't very long because they're fluff pieces. But that's the way it goes. Dom's back. Do we have to...
I am back, but I have to deal with this person still.
Okay, so I'm still going to keep going. Dom is going to sort out the random caller we have. So this news article is about dog day spas, if you haven't picked it up yet. So, some say it's barking mad, but pampered pooches are now getting the Hollywood treatment. As pets increasingly become fur babies for their loving owners, dogs are dipping their paws in the world of day spas. Happy hounds can be treated to a hydro bath, a dip in a canine swimming pool including life vest, and their own doggy bag filled with chicken treats at the inaugural Doggy Day Spa event on April 22nd. They can live in the lap of luxury for 3 hours at the Aquapaws Canine Hydrotherapy Center in Somerville. Organisers say water therapy can be just as important for dogs as humans, with 30 places available. All profits will help charity organisation Sherry Pay Rescue. Now, at the end there, it's kind of nice. Yeah, they're talking about the stuff. It seems like a real fluff piece to get to that end point of trying to get people to donate. It is what I would deem not newsworthy. It's not exactly a story. Dom is back.
I'm back. Someone's calling the studio line looking for things. What were we talking about?
I'm going to have to redo my entire introduction. This is my new segment because everyone's wondering. It's called News? ?
Okay.
It's where we look at news where I don't think...
I just realised I had my mic on during that entire exchange. So,
oh, really?
So
I couldn't hear it.
Someone's going to be able to go back through and see if I've given that woman the correct information or not.
So, yeah, basically we're looking at articles that I've trolled the internet for to see if they're actually newsworthy. I'm not going to read it again, but I'm going to give you the head title for this one. Pooches Getting Pampered at Dog Day Spas. Mm-hmm. Thoughts? Is that newsworthy? This is from heraldsun.com.
No, absolutely not. Oh, well. Is the Herald Sun newsworthy? No, that is absolutely not newsworthy.
No? You don't think so? All right. I have a few more that we'd like to go through and discuss. Like, if you think they're worthy of... What do you define news as, Dom?
News is...
in the interest of the public?
Do you want me to give the same definition that you've received from the news writing course here at Swinburne?
Sure, go ahead.
Don't remember it. It's just stuff
with public interest.
Yes, but important things in the public interest. That's not news. It's
a fluff piece.
It's a fluff piece. I mean, it might be interesting to someone, but I don't think you can call it news.
Fair enough. All right, would you like to hear some more of this news in quotation, air quotes? Mm-hmm. This one's called Go and Get Stuffed. 10 years ago, the sight of taxidermy displayed in a shop window was considered gauche or gauche. Around that time, jeweler and taxidermist Julia DeVille started creating her signature mice brooches. Mm-hmm. Mice brooches. Featuring a taxidermy mouse head with diamond eyes, the shield-style brooch unsettled even those used to wearing contemporary jewellery. DeVille, who now regularly appears in major Australian galleries and museums, has become synonymous with her artistic taxidermy. Then priced at $800, the same design, should it be produced, would command $4,000. Mice taxidermy as jewellery. Newsworthy or not?
You can put it in the art section.
But it's weird. Does it interest? I'm sure does it interest people.
Yeah, I think it should. I think you can put that in the art section. I mean, don't put it on page 1, but bury it somewhere in the paper.
Bury it.
That's okay.
So you think it should be in there?
Yeah, I think that counts. Yeah.
All right. This one is from news.com.au.
Yes. I am familiar with them.
The title is pretty great. Ninja Rats. Is this the real life Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? ? Does that capture you? There's a lovely picture here that you can see. It's a mice
I
being
saw
a
that
ninja.
on Reddit. No, that's not news if you steal it from Reddit.
It's a mice being a ninja between two bins. It is a bit of a weird article.
No.
This is all the article is, all right?
Is it
How the
just that
rat got
photograph?
into the position and what it was trying to do is unknown, but the team at news.com.au have a few suggestions. One,
No,
our
I'm
initial
sorry.
assumptions are correct.
I'm turning
and the
you off
rat-
because that is not... No, that is not...
It's literally just
It
three
is not
suggestions.
news.
It's kind of... All right.
It's not news.
This one is from 7.
That's like something you'd write on your blog. Like your suggestions for how this mouse or rat or whatever it is got stuck between those two bins.
All right, this one is from 7 News.
Okay. Normally a reliable news source.
Coup de grace in France as blind man says he, not dog, bit dope dealer. Paris, a blind man has told a French court that it was he, not his guide dog, who bit a dope dealer selling him real grass rather than the stuff that gets you stoned.
Oh, wow. That's... Because otherwise the dog would be in... I like that. I like this story. That's news.
Yeah?
Yep. Do you not agree?
I think it's interesting. I'd be happy to read it on Reddit. I'm not sure if it should be on
I
a
think
news site.
Yeah, I'm calling that news.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It'd be surprising how many weird news stories that I don't think revolve around animals. Specifically, this next
Animals is big, yeah.
one. Sea lion ends up in the back of a police car.
News. I don't care. I want to read that front page.
A baby sea lion was found wandering around a California high school before police were called to the campus.
Yes.
A San Diego County Sheriff's deputy showed up and detained the slippery suspect in the back seat of a police car.
That is absolutely, without a doubt, the best news
The
ever.
sea lion has managed to make it 8 kilometers from shore and end up at San Diego's Mar Vista High School.
That is
Animal
news.
control officers and marine mammal welfare experts turned up to care for the animal. More than 2,000 sea lions have been found stranded on California beaches this year, twice as many as 2013.
Is there a photo of this
Oh yeah, do
that
you want
we
to see the
can
photo?
put up on?
We'll put the photo up of the ninja rat and
Oh
the
my goodness, we'll
and
be
the
putting that up.
seal on our
We'll put that up on our Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah,
That is amazing. That is
So,
absolutely amazing.
that's my first segment of news.
We'll
Would
have
be
to
question
come up
mark?
with a
We'll have to
an
come-
intro for that.
Yeah, so come up with a newsy intro, I guess.
I will.
And yeah, so we'll be bringing you a new segment each week now. We'll discuss whether we think it's news or usually odd news or something a bit different, a bit left of center.
And what's it called?
News.
And if you'd like to send in some articles for news, you can send those to show@morgananddom.com.
Yes,
For
that'd
that
be
is
good.
our email address.
It is. Thank you for telling me because I did not know.
Now what do you want to do? You're back. You're in control.
We didn't have the Easter discussion, did we?
Should we have an Easter discussion?
Well, we missed off a week for Easter.
That's why we're a little bit lazy, is because we well, what did we do? We were here for.
I went away.
You
I'm
went
not sure
away.
what
Did
you
go
did.
away?
Yeah, I
I,
went to New South
I
Wales.
sat at home and watched MythBusters on Netflix,
Ah, I wish I'd
and
done.
that is why I'm not prepared for the show today.
Fair enough. But I just have one question
Mythbuster.
about Easter.
Go ahead.
Asking the real questions over here at Morgan and Dom.
Mm-hmm.
Do they make better chocolate for Easter and then hide it for the rest of the year? Like specifically Cadbury. I feel like there's something. The Cadbury Easter eggs taste really good,
The
but
Cadbury
then
Easter eggs are
it doesn't
fantastic.
taste like regular Cadbury chocolate. Do they?
Here's the deal. Maybe it's just because it's thinner.
Yeah. Do you
Here's
reckon
what I
that's
feel though. The Cadbury Easter eggs are fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
The Lint Bunnies, fantastic.
Fantastic. $2 chocolate? Terrible.
Terrible. What's the deal with cheap Easter eggs being awful? And like cheap Easter eggs are worse than cheap chocolate.
Yeah, it's like it's
I think
like you can get some really good cheap chocolate, but cheap Easter eggs are like
they're like so
it
like
tastes
bitter
terrible.
and look, there is a thing where like American chocolate tastes different.
It's because of the stuff they put in it to stop
And
it
I
from
won-
melting in the American heat.
So I wonder if like our cheap Easter eggs are made of American chocolate, because American chocolate
American
can't be
chocolate
that
just
bad.
has American chocolate tastes like Hershey's, which I've got a bag of Hershey's Kisses at home. It tastes different, a little bit bad,
But it doesn't taste
but
as
it doesn't
bad as
it doesn't
the-
taste as bad as cheap Australian Easter chocolate.
So what's the deal with cheap Easter chocolate?
I don't know. Does anyone
Why
work
is
in
it
the
so terrible?
cheap Easter chocolate industry? And
We
want to
get this scoop. We want
This
to
is a
break
scoop.
this story
This is-
wide
yeah,
open.
We've
This
become
is
investigative journalists. All
Morgan
of a
and
sudden.
Dom's Easter egg scandal.
The
This is
scandal.
what this is.
Scandalous. But yeah, we do apologize for the show. this
We've
week.
been away. That's why
We've been away.
The show today's
My
been
train was
terrible.
My train was cancelled, Dominic. I'm really upset.
Your train was
because
cancelled.
all right. I
Okay.
normally This is my routine.
This is gonna be a long segment to make up for the rest of the show.
I I shouldn't have to do this, but the society we live in, I do. I normally catch a train earlier than the one that gets me here on time.
Yes.
So I'll get here like half an hour earlier as opposed to 10 minutes before the show.
Yep.
Because that's
my policy
that's
too.
the most reliable thing, which is
Yes.
unfortunate. You shouldn't have to do that. But in Melbourne with the trains the way they are, you do.
Yes.
This week I had to drop my car at the mechanic, which means I couldn't get to
The earlier train.
and I was like, it's all right. The one time I have to catch the train that'll get me here on time, what's the worst that can happen? It got cancelled.
That is terrible.
Yeah, apparently train malfunction at Ringwood or something. I don't know.
That's awful.
But yeah, that's how life works.
Don't you catch the same train I do?
What train do you catch? You catch from Belgrave though.
That's true. I come from further out than you do. I think there's more trains.
Exactly.
Oh well.
So that's
is that our
my
show?
excuse. Accept it or not. Do you want to play a song before we finish? Dom?
Yeah. We'll play a song, then we'll sign off.
We do apologise for this week, guys.
This is Morgan and Tom.
You're listening to Morgan and Dom's Doomsday broadcast. morgananddom.com.
I really enjoyed that song.
I like that new system we've implemented today.
Yes, the new system we've implemented of not telling the podcast listeners the songs, but telling the people who are listening live the songs, because they get to hear it and the podcast listeners don't.
For copyright reasons.
For copyright reasons. And I just want to say, I really, really like that song
Bills?
that we just played. No, don't tell them what it's called. I really like the song we just
You really like that song?
Yeah.
If you're a podcast listener, Dom really likes that song that you
didn't
know
get to
what
hear.
it is. You should have listened live.
It was Bills by
Lunch Money Lewis.
Yeah, quite good. So that's the end of our
I feel like
back.
I feel like I just got here. Can't we keep going?
We keep going for another half hour to make up for the,
I feel like
the
we
first
just
half of the
got
show
here.
that I absolutely stuffed up.
No, you did all right. I was listening. I
Yeah,
tweeted
know.
at you and then I called
Then
in.
you called in, and from that point on, we were okay.
Yeah, you called in. I was on a train. People got to listen to half of a radio show. from
Well,
the
we
train.
managed to cram in the entire show into one segment without breaks that went for far too long.
It was fine. I think
that.
I think that segment was good.
This show was a disaster. We had someone telephone in, and I probably gave them the wrong phone number when they called back. They were from some PR company or something.
Oh, really? They were live on the air. That's lovely.
Oh, goodness, that was terrible.
I had fun though, and I'm sure our audience.
I'm
had
sure
fun
you
as well.
had fun. I've been sitting in your seat the entire
I
time.
know it feels weird. I'm sitting on the other side of the desk.
And I've got 4 screens here and a whole bunch of switches and buttons and things that I absolutely
and you thought
don't
my
understand.
job was easy.
My goodness.
So is this it, Dom? Is this where we say farewell?
I think we should say farewell
Should
and
we-
promise to have a better show for people next week.
Yes, I will bring back news, but I won't have researched it the night before.
And I will, but I will have had an intro.
Oh, what?
I will come up with an intro for news next
really?
week. Yeah,
Something like
I'm promising that now.
very
Something-
newsy.
Yes.
Dun, 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 I
Something
don't
like
know.
that. Yeah. All right.
Dom,
It's
and
just-
just cut the
I'm
cord.
just going to
man.
end
Just
it.
cut
This
the
might
cord.
never actually make it to the website. This might not happen.
Oh,
If
no.
you're listening to this live now, this may have been your only opportunity to listen to this disaster of a show.
Nah, put it up. People
Okay.
like to see behind the scenes.
You've been listening to Morgan and Dom's Doomsday broadcast. Missed the show? Get the podcast at morgananddom.com. Plus, heaps more exclusive and behind-the-scenes content. Make sure to like us on Facebook.
This concludes today's